We'll look at my CPU usage. Make sure nothing's blowing up. Just in the corner.
It's all blown.
That's what she said.
Blown up. All of it. It's all blown.
That's what she said.
There we are.
I can see us.
Blown up.
Are we there?
All of it.
Are we there yet?
Glenn, are you drinking out of a Harkins Theater cup?
I sure am.
Drink out of those all the time.
I love how
it's not just for the theater. I mean,
I love how they
use it at
always
home.
just become this like automatic free cup that everybody seems to use.
Yep.
This one's from 2013.
I have that one. That's the one we used to watch Diego with.
See? Most people don't drink out
And
of
then
it.
my other cup, which was like the
We
little
have two
pixel
broke
guys,
here, so.
that pixel cup is at work for my water cup. So,
As one does.
I have one from the stadium, the Rocky Stadium, from like 2 years ago.
The
They're good cups.
baseball. Yeah, I was like, the Rocky Stadium.
Rocky Balboa Stadium of
that's
the
where
Performing
Yeah.
Arts.
the boxing.
Oh, I see. It all makes sense now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just those cups are always you found, and like my parents' house legitimately own nothing but like free cups from wherever they've got them. Like the most used cup is like from a lobster shack they went to 10 years ago that I'm pretty sure. Like I don't know where half of them come from. So
And
Well,
that's all right because they hold a lot of water. If they hold a lot of water, they're doing the job.
I just have
Exactly.
Harkins ones.
just Harkins. That's it.
Yeah. I don't collect cups from anywhere else.
No.
Just trying to get myself a
missing out.
skin tone that doesn't make me look sickly on stream. It's very difficult.
It's the green shirt.
No, it's not the green shirt. All right. That looks good. The stream is running at a cool 2,400 KBS.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
98 points.
Here we go. It's time for podcast intro. Intro music. Cue music. We need music.
We do.
Dirt. Hello. Welcome
Hello.
to another
That-
amazing Roundtable of the Drowsy Dragon,
Yeah, barking.
where Harrison's about to be mauled by a dog.
My 4-month-old dog that sounds like it's a vicious 90-pound dog. Yeah.
He's
Which
only
he
80
will be.
pounds, so.
Yeah.
Tonight we will go over. You know what? This is episode number.
I don't know.
I'm not asking you. I'm saying this is episode number 5 or 4.
Mike, I don't know.
Did you just
What
flip
just happened?
yourself down there? What just happened?
Yeah.
What?
Like what? Yeah. All right.
I just sat up.
Podcast
I went from-
derailed.
So they don't know, but we just see the top of your head. That's it.
Okay.
It's just
Were you standing up
eyes.
to try to see?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with her her webcam flipping?
I don't think he noticed. So
I didn't notice. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Caliber's messing with us.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Everybody knows. Okay.
All right.
So lead us into a new frontier, Mike.
So we will talk about tonight. All I know that we'll talk about tonight is Tuesday, and then we'll talk about Wednesday. And then what do you have in store, Harrison?
It'll be a question that we will all answer separately, and then.
I
how
like
it goes.
questions. All right.
Whoa!
Let's talk about
Uh-oh.
Tuesday.
Tuesday of the Judge Dragon.
Tuesday.
If you did watch, you would have noticed that it was not a normal Tales from the Drowsy Dragon. We had a special guest, frequent visitor to the podcast, Casey. He was there. And Tony was there. I was playing as well. And we were playing Dungeon Crawl Classics, which I do not have. Oh, I have.
The picture.
I have this thing.
Oh.
So we're playing this. This is Dungeon Crawl Classics. It is this is just a little module of that. we weren't playing this exact one. We were playing another version of this that Harrison was leading. But basically what this is kind of a little bit more simplified version of D&D. It involves, when you delve more into DCC, it involves different types of dice. A lot of the regular RPG set that we are accustomed to, us D&D players, and then weird-ass dice that make no sense. But what we were playing are level 0 funnels. So basically what it is you get a character. These little characters are just common villagers from a town. And they're level 0. So they have anywhere from 1 to maybe 4. I think Tony had like 6 HP on one character.
I don't know. I didn't get to see it, but it was ridiculous because I was like, I'll just kill that guy off. No.
Nope.
He has a million HP.
So basically the characters are very low health because they're just common folk. They're not heroes like level 1 D&D characters or other things that you would play. So they get put forth through an adventure, and there is a lot of dying in here. So it's almost a certainty. Yeah, it is. It's pretty fun. It's almost a certainty your character will die. But then at times you can kind of get really attached to a character that you're playing or someone else is playing, and you kind of root for them, much like whatever the hell Casey was doing with. He had 2 people in a trench coat walking around, and then Turd Ferguson in a giant hat with the mustache. You just kind of start rooting for him, but eventually, everyone just kind of kicks the bucket. I think Turd Ferguson lasted for a round and then died. So
I don't know. He was.
Yeah, that's what it was. You killed him. He came. Yeah. He used them the first time he used them. He got killed, and then he just strapped them to his back and then carried him along. So
those troopers, man.
The point of those is just the way that we are going to be running this over at Comic-Con next week is basically every character will have a little small character sheet, and on that sheet has some very basic stats. I don't know if there's a sample of it in here. I don't think there is.
I do. Hold on. I will grab one. You'll take
grab one. So there's these very simplified character sheets, and on the character sheets it has your basic AC, your health, movement speed, stat breakdowns. Very simple, but there's no backgrounds. There's no detailed equipment that you're carrying. You may have like a torch with you, or I don't know. Some people, I think Tony's character had a pair of scissors. It's stupid stuff. Harrison will have a version of this now, I believe.
I'm sorry, I don't know what it was. This is the character sheet.
So they're very simple. That's all that's there. You get maybe a few little items, and that's it. You really don't get a lot because you're just a common folk. You have your background. Some people are blacksmiths. Some are, there you go, halfling gypsy. And all this stuff's randomized. And so when we ran it on Tuesday, everyone drew 4 character sheets. And we were in charge of those 4 characters. And then we take those. If one dies, we bring up another one, and then so on and so forth. So when we're running this at Comic-Con, though, with these guys here, you might be able to see where it says tournament funnel. You can't see this too bright. So basically the way that works is we'll have a full table, or hopefully a full table of people. So let's say 6 people sit down, or 9 people. I think it's optimal for 9 people sit down.
Yeah.
And there's maybe a few waiting in the rafters that they want to play. So everyone takes 1 card. Once their character dies, they have to crumple up their card, throw it away, and the next person in line gets to sit down and then play his character. Then you earn points for how many sections of the dungeon that your character makes it through. And then at the end, you kind of tally up the points, and then the person wins if they survive all the way and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of death. There's a lot of squishiness to it.
So the characters you get completely random.
Completely, yeah. Like I think you can build. I don't think it's really worth it to really build one. A lot of fun comes from it where you just draw just a random thing.
On Tuesday, I think somebody was a haberdasher or whatever.
That was Tony, yeah.
Tony.
It was a haberdasher.
Yeah. So it's completely random, and one thing that's cool that you can do with these that I think we should try sometime if we re-roll characters at 1 is basically we run one of these campaigns. Now there's other ones that aren't a tournament edition. There's other ones that are actually a short story. So the one that Harrison and I were introduced to was Villagers. Or there's this small town that is inhabited by, it's like a little farming town, and just a little ways from it is this castle that no one goes to because it's cursed and it's haunted, and anybody that goes over and explores there disappears, never comes back. So then of course these adventurers get the bug in them that they need to go check it out, so then they take off towards the castle. So the fun part is that you take your little level 1 character or your level 0 character, and the group makes it all the way through the dungeon. Well, that character that just went through all this crap and survived all the way through this dungeon, you have that character as a starting for your actual level 1 hero that you're going to begin. So that person makes it through. Yeah, the person makes it through this dungeon, kind of develops the character and their personality a little bit of a background. You get to know them pretty well, and then they just kind of morph into your character. And so, I mean, that's it's kind of a cool way to introduce a character at level 1. So
Makes you wonder about how Casey would have done that with the guy strapped to his back.
the guy eventually withers away and falls off and dies.
Oh,
Again.
that's morbid. I was gonna say he's dead already.
Well, they shoved a kobold inside a.
He's only mostly dead.
Hey, that ended up working.
Yep, we fed a lock a bunch of cheese.
Did nothing.
I don't know. It was eating the cheese though.
It did absolutely nothing.
But how was it eating the cheese?
This is an interdimensional place.
Just
It
saying.
made no sense.
Something in there was eating cheese. And so
I
we kept
really
giving it
wish.
cheese.
And you guys scared off a little girl? Was this Men in Black?
No, I tried to kill her.
Yeah.
I love the clarification. No. We didn't scare her.
Yeah, like
tried
I
to
went
kill
up
her.
there,
Come
I
on.
sniffed. You said there was no scent, and so I attacked.
Mostly because I felt it would be weird to be like, you smell the scent of a little girl?
You say
Like, I feel-
she has the scent that she was from a farm or something, or she has a musty, dirty scent that she's been down in the dungeon for a long time. I don't know. Make something up. You don't have to go to the perv way instantly.
You're the one who wanted to
Ew.
sniff her.
Yeah, I wanted to see if she was emitting the odor. If not, she could have been some sort of like ghost or something, or some spirit, and I could have chopped her up.
Yeah. And if she floated, then she was obviously a witch. So
I
Just saying.
feel like
don't be
you're-
mad because I threw you a curveball as a DM. Don't be
That's
mad.
fine.
Don't be
That's
mad.
fine. Let's see Tuesday.
Why you
have
threatening
fun.
me with like you're gonna try but you're gonna fail?
curveball's not.
Oh yes, yeah. He says that now. Just wait. It'll be fun.
I don't know what you're threatening me with.
He's gonna kill all the little girls.
Yeah,
on
I don't know what the
No,
threats
he's gonna
are.
be damn. It'll be interesting.
Is
Don't you worry.
Mike DMing on Tuesday?
He
Yeah.
keeps saying that like he's gonna like troll up the whole situation. I don't know.
Oh, I am. Because I know how to make it just terrible for you. Just it'll be awful.
I don't know. Okay,
Life pain.
sure. I mean, it's
No.
both of us representing at Comic-Con, so it's up to you what you want to do. So
Just kidding.
just putting that out there. You know, you do what you do. You Harrison, you do you.
I will do me just fine.
So where'd you get all these characters from? Like, are they?
There is a
pre-made?
website. So the company that makes these, it's like Goodman Games, I believe it is, goodmangames.com. And then on there they have a generator that you just put in some few basic things about the type of game you're running, and you can put like, I need 50 pages, and it'll make you 50 pages of characters. Each page has 4 characters on it. And they're all just randomly generated, and you just chop them up and hand them out. That's it. Like,
All right.
It's
Sounds
incredibly simple. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. The only thing is they don't have names, so you have to name your character.
But that's fun, though. You get to name your guy.
Damn.
So
It's Bob, Frank,
I
Bill.
named my dwarven blacksmith Tuggle.
Tuggle.
Yep. Tuggle the black.
Oh, jeez.
um,
Oh.
Tuggle the blacksmith. All right. So yeah, that was
His
Tuesday.
last name War. Tuggle War.
Oh, Lord, Glenn, please,
Glen, please.
Wah, wah, wah.
please.
Well,
All right.
the nice thing is that anybody can come in and play. Like, you don't have to have anything set up. It's all just...
Yep. No books. No nothing. Oh, I got to order the DCC book.
Yeah, the one thing I would say though is if you're gonna run one of these, pre-read the thing because there's some stuff that you may want to like. Going into Comic-Con, I'm gonna have some stuff like pre-rolled.
You mean as the DM or as the
DM? Just because otherwise you're sitting there. It's like, okay, everybody, hold on a second. You know what I mean? It's not because it's real annoying. In the one I was doing, like events happen, and when not only do you have to, so it's like you roll one dice, and then that can give you the option of rolling another dice, which can give you the option of rolling a third or fourth dice. Then you have to look up this spell in page 250. You know what I mean? So it's just I'm just gonna roll events as if they were happening, and that way I just have the end event. So I'll be like, okay, on the first time this happens, I'm doing this type thing. So it'll still be random. It'll just be random before they got there.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. I might suggest doing that too, Mike. Otherwise, you will.
I don't know. Making stuff on the fly is fun too.
Well, if you're gonna follow the book and do what it says, it's gonna take a long time.
I don't know.
Because some of them, like, literally said, "Okay, roll a d6." I rolled a d6. Okay, roll a d5. I rolled a d5. Okay, roll a d3. Okay, so I rolled a d3. Look on page 267 at the table and roll a d100. So, like, if you want to sit there the entire time and I guess in silence while you roll all these dice, it just seemed like a lot of stuff that could have been pre-done.
You do yours.
Was that to add the more like
Unnecessary delay.
randomization?
Huh?
Was the purpose of that like more randomization of the results, or
The book specifically says to do that. Like, it literally will say, in this situation, roll this.
No, I understand. Is that the book? Is that the game itself trying to randomize the encounter more?
It's 100%. Yeah, it's just to make it random. Because like a lot of it was like roll a d5, and then there were 4 options or 3 options. So if you rolled a 3 or a 4, you did this step. If you rolled a 5, you did that step or whatever. And so, like I said, it felt like a lot of having to look stuff up versus
Having it prepared so people weren't staring at you.
Yeah.
Do the characters ever gain in like strength and abilities, or are they pretty much?
Nope.
They're all cannon fodder eventually. I mean, it's just a matter of time before they're gone.
A matter of time.
All men must die, Glen.
It's pretty much a matter of time. I mean, you can get super lucky and just never.
Sure. And that's what I was getting at. Is like they don't ever gain in health or anything like that. If they start at 4 health, they're gonna stay at 4 health.
You can find items, but not like based off of leveling or anything.
Gotcha.
One of the things,
and that simplifies things. No levels.
No levels, but one of the things that's you guys didn't use a lot of, but you have luck, and you can use your luck to add to rolls. So like if you have like 10 luck and you roll like a 11, you can be like, I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm going to add 4 of my luck.
Mm-hmm.
And it permanently uses it. And that's kind of one of the ways that you off balance being, so squishy. Is you can just be like, oh, my roll for this, I'm going to add, all my luck to.
So they're all halflings.
Essentially, except for you lose luck indefinitely.
Yep.
Once you use it, it's gone.
Use it.
Yep. If you choose to add your luck to your roll.
I don't know. It felt, I mean, you'll have to see if you can do it on the fly. I felt like I couldn't do it on the fly without just making stuff up. And if it's telling you to look in the book for specific things, I feel like making it up is kind of hard.
Yeah, I was thinking about picking up the book anyways because it seems kind of interesting and something fun that we can maybe give a try as alternate to D&D as well too. So, in Dungeon Crawl Classics, it's like a much what?
I said I have a lot of free campaigns too.
Yeah, and they even make campaigns for D&D 5e as well. But a lot of the main book for this, like it's like D&D simplified, but with some more randomized. Like, what was the example that Jim was showing us? I think there was like a caster. And so when you get a certain spell, let's say you get a spell that like shoots a fireball, and your wizard uses that spell. Once you get the spell, you roll in this table, and this table tells you anytime you use this spell, this effect's going to happen to your character.
Yeah.
So then every time like you can roll or you can cast fireball, everything around you in a 60-foot radius, all the wildlife and all the plant life will just die in a radius around you. So you get these like cool little effects, and then it starts stacking and kind of corrupting your character as they start using magic more and more. And it's kind of cool. There's a lot of
it lets
cool
you do
things
magic
to it.
and pretty much indefinitely. The only way you lose a spell is if you roll a critical fail,
Yeah, so
and
you
then it's
roll,
like gone.
So there's no like spell slots and that get
If
expended.
you know it, you know it.
You can. So when you roll your d20 to see if you can hit, I'm gonna make these numbers up because I don't know the exact number. But let's say if you roll anywhere from a 5 to a 10, if you roll 5 through 10, your hit misses. But if you roll 1 through 4, or let's say it was 2 through 10, or 2 through whatever, and your hit misses. You roll a 1, it's a critical fail. Hitting this little sweet spot, your spell doesn't land, but you're okay. And then this other part of it, the rest of the numbers, if you hit those, various other things can happen during that roll that it gives you. So it's pretty interesting. It's this odd little way of playing D&D, where it's very much just very dungeon crawly. Hence the name Dungeon Crawl Classics. So
It has all the story for you, and you
well,
I
there's
don't
no
think
story
Mike's-
in it though. It's just dungeon
Well,
crawling.
there's story. There's like a
Well,
little,
if you
like,
get these
blurb.
modules,
Yeah.
you can have a little story. Otherwise, it's just geared for dungeon crawls.
As I don't know if Mike's gonna follow, but those little modules have like everything for you, like as far as being a DM, like in this situation, this happens type of thing.
Yes. So,
It'll be interesting.
yeah, it looks like the adventure for Tuesday is like 4 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pages. So
Oh wow, yours is a lot smaller.
6 pages front and back. So there's a whole lot. There's a bunch of items and stuff in here. So I guess you guys will find items or something along the way. I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah.
DCC.
Hopefully,
It's kind of cool.
yeah. I don't know. It lends itself a lot too, where people make up things too. Like just because you don't have spells, so you're just kind of using what you have type of thing. So you have to be a little more innovative, unless you want to be boring and just we go whack them with a stick type of thing.
I think it's interesting, kind of the way Jim was doing it, where he's having other people describe the attack instead of the DM trying to. It's hard as a DM to try to describe every single person's attack uniquely and how it works out, but having a person be creative enough to describe to you how they're attacking that thing can sometimes be a bit more fun.
It can be until that person doesn't want to do it or isn't a descriptive person.
Then they can get the fuck off my table. Just saying. If you can't think of
That's
like,
living with Mike.
if you can't think of like, I run up to the kobold and and then I say like, all right, so you're attacking him. What are you doing? If you
I'm gonna
can't even
slice his
come
head
up
off.
with like, I club him on the side of the face and shatter some teeth. If you can't even come up with that, like, you got something.
Then Mike
Not-
has no place for
not
you.
You have no
everybody
place at
is-
the table.
So they can't have fun. They can't just come and
Harrison's-
expect to be
Harrison's
heard a
scared.
story.
Use your imagination.
No, I'm saying.
Are
I'm
you
saying
capable
is
of?
some people-
Are you capable of that?
Yes, I am.
Glenn, are you
But
capable?
not everybody is.
Caliber, are you capable?
So, usually.
I believe
Comic
so.
Con's gonna be fun for him. He's gonna.
I'm
be
not
that
talking
DM that
about
everybody's
Comic-Con.
like,
I'm
"That
talking about our
fucking
group."
asshole.
I'm talking about
Get
our
the
See,
group.
I wouldn't just club them in the side of the head and knock out some teeth. I would
Well,
first
see-
leap into the air, do a double flip, land behind him, and then as I spun around, I'd swing the club and knock his head off.
You know, the great thing I think about the Dungeon Call Classics is that's pretty much what you would end up doing. So you don't have to run a bunch of agility checks and stuff like that to make sure you do it. You just kind of
Yes. Yeah.
just do it, and that's it. Your character is this dexterous little dude that flipped around and did a thing. So
My only problem with it is if
Rapid
they say like,
thing.
"Oh, I want to attack him and I cut his head off," but they don't kill him.
you
see
can
what
say
I'm
how you attack him. You attempted to slice his head off, but the cut did not go deep enough, and he suffers a point of damage, and he has a scar on his neck or something. I don't know.
So-
You don't just because they say it doesn't mean you have to go through with it.
That's what I'm saying. So you basically have to ask them, like, how are you attacking? And
Right.
so they'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to attack and I'm going to try and cut his head off.
Right.
And then you would describe what happens.
Eh,
So you're just
I mean,
adding
like-
a step.
God
You're just
damn,
adding them,
Harrison.
giving you what
you
they're
don't
trying
like
to-
fun at all, do you?
I'm not saying, I'm saying you complain a ton about how people don't give input on attack or on stuff when they're playing. Like, they get off on these side tangents and all this stuff. And now you want to add in, well, now when they attack, they're going to give me where they're attacking, what they're doing. It's going to lead into this, well, I take out a whip, then I lick the whip, and I slip it at his head, and I pop his eye out with the end of the whip.
Okay,
Whoa.
that's fine. I didn't kill the character.
That's not D&D
But is that
anymore.
what happened?
But I'm
Then
talking about Dungeon Crawl Classics. I'm not talking about 5e.
No, I know. I'm just saying. It's
A whip is a reach weapon.
it'll be a lot more difficult than you think to run.
And also, too, I'm telling you, I wasn't planning on maybe doing that at Comic-Con. I'm talking about our group, which you're flipping out about.
I'm saying any group though.
I think our group would be fine. We got a lot of creative people in our group.
Okay, I guess with our group it would be fine. I'm just saying, I don't know what you're talking
Jesus,
about.
fuck. All right, next
Because
topic.
This is specifically meant for like the whole tournament thing. That's why I was confused.
I know, but I said for our group. And then you were getting mad
say
talking
it
over
later.
me, and I said for our group.
No
Be
more
cool.
cheers.
Be cool, man. God. All right, what's the next topic?
Am I going to live at Grandma's house?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for a few
Mommy
weeks.
Two
and Daddy are
Christmases.
fighting.
Well, if mommy would get her shit together.
Oh, damn.
Why do I have to be mommy? I think you're mommy.
I don't know who to call what anymore.
Love
I
is
have
love.
2 daddies.
And 2 mommies.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a big house.
All
I
right,
always
what's next
wondered
on the docket?
It's a very big house.
Baby cow.
Wednesday, which didn't happen.
It happened.
It happened.
It was a different type of battleground.
Yeah.
Or arena.
So I did set up for it, but unfortunately it was set up for more than one person, and scheduling issues caused some
Oh,
problems.
yeah, arena night.
Yes, that is Wednesday.
Yeah.
GG
Which
arena
is
night.
okay. It's fine. It just means next week will be essentially the same concept, and I have everything already pre-set up.
And there will be no podcast next week.
There will be no podcast due to
We
Comic-Con.
will be at Comic-Con. So
Why not doing one from Comic-Con?
That's it. I
The
quit.
internet does not.
I mean, we
support that.
could.
It has to be like.
What is that app called that's for podcasting through your phone?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Periscope.
No,
First.
there's one that people
Um,
use just to do audio stuff through their
Meerkat?
phone. No,
I
it's
honestly
not
haven't-
video. It's just audio. I forget what it's called, but yeah. Anyways,
The Toriums.
but yeah. So we won't be here next week for podcast.
No
Stay tuned
podcast
for that.
next week.
All right. So arena last night there was no arena. We played, or you guys played. I didn't play with you guys
I don't know why.
because Battlegrounds is 4 players. So
We specifically said, let's play a 5-player game, and you didn't say anything.
oh, I
And
didn't
it was
hear.
like, nope, I don't want to play with you guys.
I didn't hear that.
That's what you said. I heard it.
I heard a lot of shouting because of Battlegrounds, but
It was in.
doesn't matter.
Zcast?
I was playing Overwatch while you guys were playing Battlegrounds. So I got my.
Was it
Overwatch
called
in.
Zcast, Mike?
Nope. It's like a 1-word name.
Opinion?
Nope.
Podcast Motor? I have no idea.
Nope.
One word, Harrison. One word.
Motor?
Nope.
How many guesses does Harrison get?
I don't know. I just... Boss Jock.
Nope.
Can we just make up the most annoying possible podcast names ever?
Nope.
Fine. So yeah, we just played a few games. So I guess the question, or I guess as far as the arena goes, so Glenn, you made your character, correct?
Yeah.
And then Caliber, you just picked one up off of the website, right?
I started with one of the pre-gen ones, but then I
Okay.
changed it because I had more time than I thought I would.
Well, I guess the thing is, or I guess I wonder how much of like a difference, like the feel of playing one that you made versus the pre-gen is. I wonder if you made, because I'm going to be running it at Comic-Con, and so everything I have is going to have to be a pre-generated character. So I don't know. I'm thinking, as far as you guys have ran it, and you did yours fairly quickly, how would a pre-gen character, how would that be if I handed you a sheet and then like a sheet underneath with any spells, I guess? How would you do it?
Well, what level is this character going to
10.
be?
They're all going to be 10 at
Okay.
Comic-Con.
So you're going to hand the characters off to people. All right, here's the only thing that I would think is it just personally, they're not going to have really any time then essentially to learn their character. If they're not a D&D, an avid D&D player, they're just going to kind of wing it. It's essentially going to be like you playing Welby. When I handed Welby off to you, you killed him.
Most of the characters aren't
Glen's still there.
as most
No
of the
bitterness.
characters aren't as complex as Welby was, though.
I understand that, but level 10 does add a few levels. You know, there's a few extra things that you start getting. You start getting into the higher level type of play, more
So I
abilities.
guess the question is, should we run a lower level? Because nothing's set in stone.
I would say if it's just on the spot, yeah, unless you have people that have played, like I think at this point we've been playing long enough that I'd be comfortable if you handed me a level 10 character that I could quickly go through it and figure out how to play
Are you
it.
thinking like do like a level 2 or 3, or what would you say?
level? It would either be level 5 or 6.
I
I
would
think
say level
5
6
is-
then.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
I
So-
mean,
Well, because at 6 you get the extra feet, so they would have more access to more fun things.
Not all characters get the extra
But
feat.
if we just grab pre-gen
Oh.
sheets, it's whatever the pre-gen sheet has.
In 5e, they
that's
get
what
the
I'm
Yeah.
saying. I wonder if so. I guess it would be just going through the. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to figure out is somebody who is familiar enough with D&D or any type of game like D&D. Do you give them, what level is a good level to give somebody a character so that they're able to read that in a relatively short amount of time and be able to play? Because as we're saying at Comic-Con, if we do this, if I hand you a sheet, you could spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Everybody's kind of gets settled and all that stuff.
Well,
And-
the pre-gen sheets aren't like just straight character sheets. They have like paragraph descriptions of what your class does, and like it's not laid out like a normal character sheet.
Yeah.
There's like one little square that has your actual stats, and then the rest of it is just description and like stuff that would let you do that within a reasonable period of time.
Yeah.
And I
So
think a
that-
lot of it
that's-
is
that's
the
the
little
hope.
things. I think a lot of it's like the little things too. Like if you
But-
give someone a halfling, they may not know that a halfling is resistant to poisons, or that, well, okay, if they're a lightfoot halfling, they're resistant to poison. But
No, that
or
stuff is
stout,
noted
stout.
on there too. Like
I think all that stuff's there. I think that's not the issue. I think,
Yeah.
like I said, when we run this at Comic-Con, we want it to be enough that people enjoy, are able to come over, watch it,
Yeah.
and then feel comfortable jumping in.
But you
how
can't-
games you're playing.
You can't plan. It's very difficult to plan for both sides of slightly
Yeah.
inexperienced people and then people
Yeah.
like Glen, where Glen can clearly handle a level 10 character after reading that thing for 15 minutes versus give that same 15 minutes to a person that's maybe, just like Loretta, where she's a little bit more new to this than the rest of us. Then something like that, like they're not going to be able to jump in maybe as easily.
Well, and that's why I was going to ask,
But you
like,
can't do both.
how many games are you playing, and can you say this is going to be a more experienced game for we want
It's
people to
just
come?
one. It's just the one.
It's just one.
Yep.
Okay,
It's
gotcha.
just-
So,
yeah,
so I'm
and-
running I'm not running arenas. I'm running the intro to D&D courses. So, but I mean, those aren't even happening parallel to Harrison's. Everything's happening one at a time. So we're both going to be at the table. So that can just be a thing where I can go around and help people with their sheets if they need help during the arena.
I would
Do
say
you
5 or
have-
6 is the sweet spot then.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
think
have
it's-
room for displays so that you could put some of the prerequisite info up, like a poster that shows a bard is this type of person who does this type of thing?
Yeah, I'm
That's a good
that's
idea,
not-
and no, we
yeah.
don't.
That's
So how are you creating all these characters? Are you just going to a website and getting pre?
Well,
Wizards-
if you go
Wizards
to
has
Wizards
them.
of the Coast site, they have a pre-generated character section where it's just sheets 1 through 10 for like bards and all this other stuff on there. So.
I can min-max
Yeah.
you a character, and you can let everyone at the table roll for the min-max character.
They're already min-maxed.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, pre-gen
On the
carries are
website?
min-maxed.
Okay.
Yeah, they're min. I wonder if
I think they're
They're
pretty
not
good
geared for
sweet
fun.
spot though. I mean, as an experienced player, I was able to pretty quickly go through and be like, okay, yeah.
and they don't have to be perfect with it
Yeah.
by any means.
Yeah.
I would think 5 or 6 is good enough for even a
Yeah.
beginning player.
I'm almost leaning towards 5 because I feel 6 adds just another level of like shit to it
I know.
that you may not want. Where like it seems like a good medium.
It just really depends on which class, because in some classes 6 ads are really good. You know,
Right, but I mean that's fine. They're not going to know that. They're not going to miss it possibly, depending on the level of the experience of the person. Like if they get a level 5 fighter and they're like, oh shit, if I was level 6, I would have 3 extra attacks with my archer. You're like, no, like who cares?
And
like,
even if there's somebody like that, it's not going to be fun with them anyways, type of deal.
so you don't
So-
want
I mean,
anybody like me there then.
Something like
Well,
that, they're probably not going to waste their time at Phoenix
No, I get it.
Comic-Con
I get
sitting
it.
down at a game with a bunch
pretty
of
much
I-
not.
5
They're going to
is
go to
fine.
mom and pop
Anyway.
shop and flaunt their feathers over there at
Yeah.
the table of 12-year-olds that
Yeah.
are trying to play.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
5
So-
is fine. But-
So I mean, running a level 5 is fine. It does give the options for more creatures. I think my biggest thing though is going to be if I start running the game and say 3 people are at the table at the time, and I push it out, and I can easily adjust how many of whatever creature they're fighting is there based off how many people, but I don't want that to take 3 hours to get through just those 3 people fighting in case more people want to come. I kind of want the battles to go relatively quick.
I don't think we may not get that chance though, because you could, and I think that's going to be fine, because if you look at other tables that are running their campaigns, it's probably going to be seats fill up and then it's done. And like if I went, so if knowing what I know about D&D now, and I go to Comic-Con without hosting anything, I'm like, oh, they have a D&D section. Maybe I'll go check out some stuff, play a thing. And I saw this arena thing, and all the seats were full. And I go up to it, I'm like, oh, they're in the middle of this game. I'm just going to go because this probably take a few hours. I'm not going to stand by for a few hours. Like, no one... I would expect just seeing any people sit down and seats fill up that they're going to be there for an hour plus doing something.
Yeah, I
So-
get that, but I kind of want to almost be able to hand people one and be like, hey, you know what? Next round is right after they kill these 3 kobolds. If you want to stick around and watch, you can jump in after they kill them, type of thing.
If there's an empty seat, you're saying? If there's a seat?
Yeah, I'm saying if there's empty seats. So
I don't even think you have to wait for an empty seat. Just toss them in the middle of the thing.
then it will make it possibly too easy.
And then they wipe it out and they go to the next round and everyone's happy.
Yeah, could do that. That's
Like,
not a terrible idea.
Someone's just jumped in from the stadium seats and he's running towards the monster in the middle. And then they just
Oh
fucking
dear
take
God,
it
he
out.
has a chair.
Oh my God, Kevin, not again, Kevin. Like that's
We talked
Don't
about
mention,
this.
don't mention Kevin.
So
I mean, well, hold on, wait, Caliber, you've been at Tarianna, you've been to Comic Cons. See, I'm as somebody who's never been to Comic Con, ever. Like,
that's
I've
not
never been to a
Harrison's
Comic-Con
scene.
either.
Man.
oh,
Yeah.
Glenn, have you ever been to one?
Nope.
Wow, we are terrible.
Always
You know who's
planned on
been to a lot of
going,
Comic
but-
Cons? Loretta and Tony.
And Casey's been to
And
like all of
Casey,
them.
yes.
If I
Everybody
was not going to
else.
be out of town, my wife and I would have gone this year. So
I'm planning on
Oh, well.
going this year. So
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm not sure though.
got to go
Thinking
see
about
all the Deadpools. Or
And
Spider-Man.
Batmans.
All
Yeah.
the Deadpools and Harley Quinns.
Oh God.
The Harley Quinns. Yeah, of course, man.
So are you going to pick their alignment and everything? So like you're
It's
going to hand them a character
all
and
it's
say,
all
hey,
done on the sheet. If you go Glen to Wizards
You're
of the
lawful
Coast
good.
website, go look
Okay.
up
I'll put a
pre-generated
link for
character
it.
sheets.
In the Slack or
Yeah.
in the game chat here.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you'll see exactly what it is. Everything's written on there. Like you don't with those pre-generated sheets, you don't need to make up anything. Like maybe the name,
No, they
maybe the
haven't.
name of the character, and that's about it. Everything else is all generated for you. So That's all.
That'd be kind of fun, just
It'll be nice. It's
do what
just-
you can with this.
Exactly. So we just print out a whole bunch, and then we'll just take them there and whatever. So
It'll be fine. I'm trying to think of the least. I don't want it to be ran in the sense of where it seems like I'm scrambling the entire time. So that's kind of why I wanted to, because I mean I'm fine with helping, especially if Mike's going to be there. Mike can help people kind of look at their sheet and be like, oh, I want to,
we
do
ride
this.
together, we die together.
Yeah, like having a floating support person to, just so that you don't have to stop the game every single time to answer one question. That'll help a lot.
Yeah, and that's
sure.
what we're doing for pretty much everything we're running. That's why we're always going to be there. Yeah, and Caliber put it up in chat, the pre-gen. So speaking of that, kind of roll into Mike. You're going to be running a first-time players type thing, right? I don't know why you're giving me that face. Is that
D&D
not
for
what you're running?
beginners?
D&D for beginners?
Yes.
What was that face? Was it not D&D for beginners? He had this face like this is the first time he's heard it.
Starter
Hey,
set.
look at that. It's a starter set.
Brand new,
Whoa.
mint
Brand new box.
in the box.
Mint.
Mint! We will also be giving out swag, by the way. So if anybody's in the Phoenix area, we do have some neat swag we're going to be giving out. Come
I
sit
want
down at a table.
swag?
So those cards that I made, those potion cards, I'm printing out all those on some. I sent them off to a printer, so they're professionally printed cards with professionally graphical designed elements to the card, and they're gonna have nice rounded edges.
It means they're shiny.
They're nice and UV coated. They're nice and shiny. Yep.
Shiny.
Fucking shiny new is these cards. So we're building out little packs of these. They're going to be like 15 healing potions, 10 graders, 5 superiors, and 5 supremes in each pack, and then we're going to give those away at Comic-Con. So
Cool.
We're going to get like 100 of those or so and hand them out. But if you want one, I'll hold one aside, and then I'll mail them to you.
I like swag.
These are pretty neat. I actually like them. If you're a DM, they are super helpful, especially because potions are such a big thing in D&D.
Yep. Helps keeping
Like
track
they-
of them. I'm going to try to figure out a way where we can put it on the site where people can actually order print ones and then I can just fill those orders and ship them out.
If you
because
do,
if you
however,
want to if you want to get more than just 10 healing potion cards, like our group, at a certain point in time, you guys had all my healing potions cards, and then you got more. You needed more, and I'm like, I ain't got more. So like they
you always need more.
they do go. So
Throwing in chat a link if you want to. If you can go to the website and download them, print them yourselves, and just cut them out.
Yep.
They are neat. They are free.
They are
available.
absolutely free to use.
And they're shiny.
Yeah.
Well, depends
on how you
Well,
Right.
it depends. And then later on, I'll probably put on there maybe one that you can go get printed yourself professionally. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. If I want to take
like
the
the
time to do
idea
it,
of
but
offering the
hey,
option.
hey,
I'm just saying, I like the idea of offering the option for us to mail them to them professionally done. A lot of people would like that because then they
if
don't
you
have
want
to
me
go
to
find somebody to
sign
print 'em.
each card, I will autograph each potion card that I created and send it
Whoa.
over. I do not guarantee that the
Do we get
signature
a
would not
certificate?
actually just be printed onto the card itself, but let's see.
Do we get a certificate of authenticity?
Yes, you do. And I'm going to make a little board where you can stick each card in it across the map of the
The commemorative plating.
Yep,
I
commemorative
was just saying,
Are there coins involved?
collect them.
collect them all. But yeah, feel free to download those, distribute those, use them all, whatever, share it and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do with them. They are for the community, and we are for the community because we are one.
So are you going to? Sorry to jump back. Are you going to just run that starter set? Is that what you're just going to do?
Here's the look again.
I think everybody else followed along quite easily with that.
No. So I'm going to run the campaign that I ran for you and our significant others. I'm going to run that one.
Oh,
And
you should
then-
have learned somewhere. Just have them somewhere.
You can sit down and you can play Blurn if you'd like. Each time you can play you can play Blurn, who will help them out on their adventure. Did we start that? I forget though. Did we start that? Was that a level 1 or was that like a level 2 or 3?
That was level 2 or 3. That's why I was like, eh. So, are you going to pre-gen level 1s for everyone at the table?
Yep. So I'm gonna try giving OrcPub a try and see if OrcPub can do a good enough job to generate me some various character sheets at level 1.
I tried it,
but I also am almost inclined to maybe start them at like level 2 to give them, or 3 to give them a little bit more stuff to do, because as crazy as that might sound, when we did our little dinner and dragons, they did quite all right for having level 3s and never have touched D&D before.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna play. I'll just being there and being at a table and having the ability to not stop the game and ask a question makes you so more willing to ask questions.
No, it's fine. But I'm kind of thinking starting them at 3, maybe 2 or 3,
whatever you want to
so
start them at.
I don't think it would be just so when they start playing they can be like, wow, this is cool. They could cast spells. Oh, like multiple spells, like have more than like a half a spell slot to start, whatever the hell you get. But yeah, and then that'll be fun. So I host 2 of those. You're hosting 2 arenas, and then we're each doing a Dungeon Crawl Classic.
Yes.
For that.
So that'll be fun.
Be a good time.
Like I said, anybody in the Phoenix area, come down.
Come on down. We gotta figure out some stuff. I'll talk to you afterwards about things.
Okay.
All right, what's next on the docket? We'll wrap this puppy up soon.
Yep, and we're gonna do that in the best way I can think of possible. Reddit question, but this one is not a hard one. This is what is the biggest mistake you've ever made in a game? Like as far as a player has. So for example, one that I can think of. For me, I think, who was it? Red Cookie. I don't. What is this face? I can't focus on anything. Oh God. Anyways, for me, it was like when I was playing Red Cookie, and I pretty much died, I believe, and you let me live, or resurrected me. I don't know. I'm trying to think of. Justin has the best example when he went and just broke the crystals. Right?
Yeah.
An example.
The
like
almost
that.
TPK.
Wipe the group almost.
The almost TPK. That is the best example. That's what Justin would say he did. So, in my case, I'm blanking now.
That Red Cookie did?
Yeah, there's something that Red Cookie did that almost team wiped the entire party, and I'm blanking on it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anyways, so an example would be when our rogue friend decided just to swipe at crystals and almost TPK'd the entire team.
There was let me explain this little quote unquote puzzle that was here. So they enter a room locks, and before them are 3 crystals, 3 elemental crystals floating there. And one is kind of engulfed in flames. The other one has a bunch of ice around it. And the other one has a bunch of green gobbly blobs, just this nasty steam coming out of it. There was a book in there which would... I think you, Harrison, got close to the book, but you didn't investigate or something. Someone didn't investigate, to find it, and they were right near it. And I was like, well, there goes that. But basically what you had to do, the key to the puzzle is that you have a chance to only grab one gem, and the gem the gem that you pull out is deactivated in your hand, but the other 2 will detonate. And the trick is that you can't grab the ice one because the fire and the poison will both explode and hit you. You can't grab the fire or the ice because of the other 2. But if you grab the poison, the fire cancels out the ice and everyone's okay. And Justin decided to, in a roguelike manner, to just swipe at the crystal because he thought it was maybe a holographic or something, and whacks the ice crystal onto the ground, and then it detonates the fire one, and that almost took out everybody, and then the poison one detonated, and then that one wiped everyone out except for Red Cookie, who had like just single digits of health left, only because of his warlock trait that consumed or buffed his HP by like that exact amount. So if it wasn't for that little buff that he made sure he had prior to that room, that everyone would have wiped from Justin grabbing a crystal. So
I like killing people, man. You got to get the last blow.
yeah, that's what she said. So just saying.
Anyways, Glenn, what do you think your biggest?
What's your biggest foible?
My biggest
Foible.
one. Are we counting letting Harrison play Welby?
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
I just.
he was gonna die no matter what I did.
No regrets.
Gosh, I don't have anything that I don't think to top Justin's. If you guys can remember my
What if
character
you were,
doing
like,
something that
Shoulder
tops
deep
Justin's.
inside a bear's butt.
I was gonna say that was gonna be my example. That was a critical fail, so it wasn't like I was trying to do that. I critically failed, and the DM made up a story because of my proximity to the bear's carcass.
So due
that,
to Glen's conditioning from World of Warcraft, he always liked to position himself behind the creature that they were fighting.
No, that was the
And-
monk style. That was run up, hit him from behind, and run away.
So then he liked to punch
You're not
things in the
making it
butt.
better.
No, he's not making it better. I don't know what Glen's biggest stumble was.
I think punching the bear in the butt was a pretty bad one.
That was
although
I've-
taking the bath in the river
yeah.
may not have been your best move.
Well, where else was I going to go? I
I
was
don't think it
covered
was the
in
best
bear-
move for the rest of the team. It wasn't the best
Yeah.
move.
My
Everyone
character
becoming
was,
somewhat attracted to Glen at that point. So
It was glistening, man. It was
he
glistening.
was glistening in the sun. Uh,
My monk was well
Shiny.
endowed.
All right. Tarianna, what about you? You've played plenty of campaigns. What was your biggest mistake?
I'm usually a very cautious player, but probably the biggest mistake was we were in an ice cave, and I was playing a dragon priestess, and there was an ice dragon in there with a bunch of orcs that were from the clan of Tiamat, and they were fighting. And after we wiped out the orcs, we were trying to calm down the dragon, and I was like, hey, I worship dragons, you're a dragon, we could do this. Well, so I was worshiping Asterinian, who is the trickster dragon goddess, which only pissed off the dragon more. She was like, no, you worship a trickster, you're lying to me, get the fuck out right now. And we wound up getting in a fight with her anyway. And yeah.
all's well that ends well.
All's well that ends well. And that's how I got a really neat dragon hide cloak that was all white.
Oh, man. That just reminds me of when I convinced those dragons that loot was.
Oh, geez,
guys
that
are-
was hilarious.
I don't know, but did that work out for you guys in the end?
It worked out.
A giant
Worked
dragon
out.
came back and destroyed everything.
You guys
Oh,
laid
I-
waste to
that's
Azeroth
a-
as you trailed through there.
It
That
worked.
poor continent.
Red Cookie apologizes for nothing.
God.
He's out there somewhere right
So he
now
became
leading.
wanted men.
He is definitely leading some sort of syndicate of some sort now.
He killed Nico. So
Fucking deserved it.
yeah.
Nobody has attachments to Nico, so
That was Justin's poor
Nico?
little character. Justin's
And
rogue.
nothing of value was
I know.
lost.
Oh.
The rogue that kept shooting his bow and hitting nothing.
Oh, that's our bard.
I had a story like that. One of my party members was standing right behind me with a blunderbuss and kept missing the elf in the tree that we were aiming at, but kept shooting me in the back of the head.
how do you? With the blunderbuss, can't you just hit the tree and the elf at that point? Don't you just aim in I aim north, the whole direction north?
Oh,
I'm gonna
Lord.
kill that direction.
I'm a
Oh,
tech.
also our rogue almost insta-killed himself when he snapped those twigs lightly and that giant gorilla lobbed a fucking boulder at him and crushed him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The rogue seemed to do that a lot. We did take a monkey.
You did kidnap a
We did
monkey.
take a monkey. It's not kidnapping. It's
Well,
parent was
you
dead.
you did kill the mama and then took the baby, so
It's not kidnapping if there's nobody to ransom it to.
murder and kidnap.
You are redesigning his family structure.
Yes, there you go.
Yes.
I got him a goddamn hat.
Oh,
He
Lord.
had a top hat.
You put
What did his parents ever do to him?
You
Do
put-
for him?
And a monocle.
Put
Did
Barnaby
they
in the
give him a
oven.
hat?
No. I saved Barnaby.
Almost put him in the oven.
Listen, Barnaby was either going to come back to life or he
Or
was going to
be
be
delicious.
dinner. He was,
Who was the one
either
that
way,
saw
we
the?
win.
Who's the one that saw the sticker?
Me.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was, because he had two machines, and I was like, wait. Are you sure this is the one? And you kept going on about him, like, maybe we should look and investigate. Almost made roasted Murloc.
Murloc, yeah. Oh,
However, I
Barnaby.
stand
I miss
by
Barnaby.
Would
Delicious.
have been good with some lemon.
Barnaby was fun. That was probably one of my favorite characters.
I
Bobby
did
Jones.
I did kill a bunch of Murloc that probably didn't have to die.
I remember Tony was just all
Kill him.
against attacking. No,
Yeah.
he was. Remember, he was just like distraught because he was like, "No, don't do it." We're like, "They're attacking us. Come on, don't be ridiculous."
Let's
And we
reason with
killed
them.
all.
Can't reason with a Murloc.
We killed them all, and then Barnaby's like, "No, they're all friendly."
Oh, I was like a half a
Don't
second
shoot
from
the
killing Barnaby.
Murloc.
I know, yeah. Barnaby was.
He didn't have his
Almost
little
toast.
voice thingy on. He was just a Murloc. I was like, whatever. Kill it. Why do you make that noise so well? It is terrifying.
Because
Oh,
when you play Warcraft, you get haunted by the sound of the distant. You're like,
Just
oh, fuck.
how fast they respawn.
Yeah.
You never want to do quests in the Murloc areas.
Then when you hear like 8 of those at once, you're just like, you just sit down and you accept your fate because it's over at that point.
I was so happy when I started playing like Druid and I went stealthy because I just snuck into those quests and never had to fight the Murlocs anymore because they were evil.
You
I
can't.
bet you were also happy because druids are totally overpowered characters, and it really just appealed to your min-maxer
Oh,
nature
just
Yep.
hush it.
to be able to do every role.
Yep.
And
He liked
Oh.
he liked druids and then he loved paladins because then he couldn't die the way he built the character. He kept just
Yeah.
walking in
You're
circles
that-
and not dying. I'm like, wow, Glenn.
the-
He's like, look
my-
at me.
My most favorite part of that is I built a paladin that one time was so great. I love doing arenas with Mike, and he couldn't kill anybody, but he also could not die. Like it was almost impossible.
I was
to kill
healing
me.
your ass too.
And
So don't even.
no, listen. You weren't in the arena with me at this time.
Oh.
I went in with somebody else, and they. It was me and a rogue against a rogue and a druid healer. Okay, so obviously druid healer. They killed the rogue that was with me right away, and then for the next 35 minutes,
You shouldn't be proud of
I
this.
stood off the other rogue and the druid healer, and they ended up quitting, and that's how I won the arena.
Because it's not
Wow, only
worth it.
35-minute arenas, which usually take about 5-10 minutes
Like
to complete.
five minutes at most, and yeah, I held them off for 35 minutes. They could not kill me.
So you
And
guys
the rogue
didn't.
finally just left, and then the druid gave up a few minutes after that.
You
So
guys
we
don't
won.
play Guild Wars, but there's a thing called a 55 monk that had 55
Oh,
health.
yeah.
But it was impossible to kill unless you had enchantment removal. Like
what I
legitimately
played.
impossible. 55 monk. That's I
Harrison
guarantee
hates
you,
you now.
Glenn. You would have been the 55 monk in that
Probably.
game because they got so popular that everybody was just like, "All right, cool. We run, enchantment removal now." And it's
Well,
Yeah.
Paladins were never okay. I shouldn't say never,
Welcome
but
to
Paladins.
World of Warcraft at the Drowsy
Yeah,
Dragon.
we moved on to World of Warcraft. Yeah, but Paladins, at least on the servers we played on, they were never really that popular. Like nobody liked playing them. I loved them because they just, yeah. Anyways,
Whatever.
I thought they were great.
Shaman
all right.
healing.
Anyways,
I loved it.
so
Turned to a little wolf. right
Even
around.
when they weren't great, I played them.
that was my jam. and
They've never
mage.
not been great. Don't lie, Glenn.
There
Yeah.
were times,
Paladin
Yeah.
great again.
Mm,
there were times in vanilla that it was
What,
rough
for like a
leveling
week?
paladin in vanilla.
For the week you didn't
You remember
play.
that one time when they made that patch that was an accident and they immediately reverted it?
Hmm.
Yeah, it was bad
Oh.
times. Shit.
Oh
right.
goodness.
Well, that was good.
All right. Uh oh.